We often think about inclusivity with stereotypical gender roles and gender identities. We're against racism, we're against ageism. But what about speaking inclusivity? What about inclusivity in relation to timidity, fear of an audience, verbal awkwardness? Are we really doing what we can to get everyone's view out there in the open so that we can build and feel the trust we need throughout our whole organisation? And today it was Janosch's turn to speak. Now, we had discussed perhaps using a translator, keeping it short, because his English was really basic. Obviously, he didn't need to speak English for his job in his home country. So, why make him suffer here for this training? So right now, he's next on the list. Everyone knows how bad his English is. Everyone is wondering what is going to happen. There's a hush in the room. I'm glancing over at the translator, expecting him to come over. Or even maybe Janosch to come and say that, I can't speak. Suddenly, Janosch just stands up and comes forward. He takes up the central space and starts to say some words in English. Everyone is completely taken aback. Slowly, word by word, he grinds out his story and his message. And then we realize it's the story of a man who couldn't really speak, who was petrified at the idea of speaking, who felt hopeless, but then somehow he found some resources inside himself, dug deep and put together some phrases, managed to rehearse them more or less, and got up and talked to his audience. That's Janosch's story. And the wave of joy and relief that came over him, like a door opening, making him almost shiver. And the message, if you think you can't, well, actually you can. Now, I want you to think about the image of that guy before and after. How did we unconsciously judge his competence before? And how do we judge him after? The thing is, we all have this idea of how speaking should be wild, free, exciting, funny, expressive, fluent. And yes, all these are good qualities we might want to have more of, but what if this version of the ideal speaker is actually hampering communication in our organizations? What if it is actually stopping people from coming forward with their ideas, their suggestions, their feedback, all because they don't think that they can attain that speaker ideal? So I'm here today to open up the box, to take a new look at the effective speaker cliche, and to find a way to let everyone in, let everyone come and speak. How can we make public speaking styles as wide-ranging as possible, so there's enough for everyone, so that it's inclusive enough, so that everyone has something to say? In a workshop on honesty I attended many years ago, I remember one young man, let's call him Frank. He was stuttering, leaving silences as he spoke in the group, struggling to say what he had to say, but also every now and then finding some surprising, self-deprecatory phrases where he mocked himself, he mocked his lack of talent and the fact that he didn't know what to say, nor how to say it. The other participants burst out laughing. His message, his presence, in the end, was amazing. Now, these examples are not in the typical dynamic speaker style, Janosch and Frank, but both somehow worked extraordinarily well. Whatever format that is, the goal is for brilliant communication skills. Everyone has their own brilliant, but somehow we recognize it when we see it. A brilliant speaking culture can enhance your people's natural synergy and creativity and get your company soaring to new heights. So I leave you with this question. How can I unleash the true hidden potential of my organisation? My answer in 3 words: use brilliant communication. Thank you.